vola angwela o veteronugu, ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM, nambandua na sere.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti ni nambandua na sere.
Ni Bula binaka, nanreke ngo sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo atibyo ng Bula FM nambandua na sere nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry, yang melambasa. Do barong na Bula FM, nambandua.
Bula FM, nambandua na sere.
In the news tonight, World Rugby gets behind our flying Fijians. FCCC announces fuel and electricity changes. And taxi body takes a ride to court.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The head of World Rugby has tipped the Fiji Airways Flying Fijians as the team to watch in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. World Rugby Chair Bill Beaumont says Fiji should never be underestimated, and at the same time throwing caution to the wind about the likes of Samoa and Tonga. The sentiment will be a welcome relief for the island teams hoping to tear up the script in Japan. Edwin Nund has more.
Coming from the highest echelon of World Rugby, praise of Fiji's preparation is sure to raise a few eyebrows among competing teams. This year's tournament has been billed as the most anticipated Rugby World Cup in recent times. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has declined Energy Fiji Limited's request for a 17.27% increase in the electricity tariff. After nationwide consultation and comprehensive analysis of EFL's expenditure and power development plans, the FCCC says its findings can only justify an increase of 2.74%, which is 14.53% less than EFL's request. Catherine Krishna reports.
FCCC Chief Executive Joel Abraham says a minor increase has been approved as Fijians need to have access to affordable electricity.
It is at utmost importance that Fijians have access to affordable electricity, and therefore, as per our due diligence, we have declined the large increase of 17.27%. Electricity is an essential service and plays a vital role in the future of our country. And while being an enabler for communications, businesses to operate, children to study, and the smooth functioning of all business activities.
Abraham says for a residential customer, this increase is less than 1 cent per unit and will take effect from October 1st.
FCCC, however, has approved a minor increase of 2.74%. This is 0.19 cents for domestic customers, institutions, places of worship, and public infrastructure, such as street lights. A 1.12 cents increase for commercial customers and a 0.18 cents for industrial customers.
Meanwhile, Fijians have stated that 2.74% increase is affordable.
I think it's just a small increase, so it will be better for their development in the future.
I think it's less, so people will be able to pay.
I think it's better than the 17% that they were planning to do. 2.7 is affordable.
The last tariff review was conducted 10 years ago. Abraham says moving forward, FCCC will conduct reviews every 4 years and will also strictly monitor EFL's capital and infrastructural investments. EFL is yet to respond to this approval. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has announced a decrease in the price of motor spirit, premix, kerosene and diesel. Commission Chief Executive Joel Abraham says the decrease has nothing to do with the current situation in Saudi Arabia, where drone strikes on 2 oil facilities eliminated 5.7 million barrels of production. Catherine Krishna reports.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission says there is a need to align the fuel prices in Fiji with international prices.
These prices change as a result of a favorable movement in international prices of petroleum products since the last quarter and the favorable movement in international freight rates, which was offset by unfavorable movements in the exchange rate and the strengthening of the US dollar.
Chief Executive Joel Abraham says they're also keeping an eye on the oil crisis in Saudi Arabia.
We are keeping a close eye on the situation of the drone strikes in 2 oil facilities that eliminated about 5.7 million barrels of production over the weekend, and the escalating trade tensions between the US and Iran, which could have a negative impact on global fuel oil prices.
Meanwhile, Fijians have welcomed the decrease in fuel prices.
From the next month,
the fuel going down is good for me because I'm driving the taxi.
Price for kerosene has gone down, and it's good as many people use kerosene for cooking.
Good for the people and good for the private people too, and good for the taxi too.
Price for motor spirit has decreased by 7 cents and stands at $2.11, while premix price stands at $1.97 compared to $2.02 per litre. Kerosene price has decreased by 3 cents and is now $1.59 per litre, while diesel price has recorded a decrease of 4 cents and will be sold at $1.85. The new prices come into effect from October 1st. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Fiji Taxi Association is taking the Land Transport Authority to court. Association President Raben Singh says there are too many taxis and it's affecting their businesses. With the LTA expected to issue more permits in the coming months through their taxi lottery, Singh says this will only worsen the situation. Maggie Boyle reports.
The FTA says they've turned to the courts to try and resolve their issues.
Stop the more permit to given like other districts, like what they given in Lautoka, 1,000 plus permit, and we have extra taxis around in Lautoka city and Nandi, and we're trying to stop in other districts like Singatoka, Ba, Tavua, Suva to not get overflooded taxis around in town.
An initial injunction was, however, dismissed, which would have stalled the redraw of taxi permits last month in Nandi. Land Transport Authority's board chair Vijay Maharaj says the case will nonetheless go ahead.
But asks the ordered that the defendant, which is LTA, to file an affidavit in response, and the plaintiff were to file a reply to that. And the substantive hearing is adjourned to 4th of October 2019 at 9:30.
Maharaj says despite consultations with the association, there remain a number of issues.
The complaint is that there are too many taxis as a result of the redraws and the draws that we had in 2018. I think the current taxi owners are saying that this the new taxi permits that has been issued or granted will eat into their income.
Singh says they will now await the court's decision before deciding on their next plan of action. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
2 men alleged to be involved in an early morning robbery in Suva on Sunday appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon. It's alleged that Chope Veremo and Chochi Vorosi allegedly entered the victim's home at Beach Road in Suva Point and were ransacking the house when the victim woke up. 19-year-old Veremo residing at Viria Road was apprehended by his victim during the alleged incident. The 27-year-old victim found the two in the sitting room. While Vorosi fled the scene, Veremo was overpowered by the 27-year-old victim, who has a black belt in Hapkido. The victim taped the accused's hands and legs and alerted the police. The two have been further remanded in custody, and the matter has been transferred to the High Court. The matter has been adjourned to October 2nd. Up ahead, black economy tops authorities' agenda. And fake news TV show gets likes. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Shelai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lautoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The government's Digital Fiji initiative will help the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service deal with the black economy. FRCS Chief Executive Viswanath Das says as far as cash dealings are concerned, there's guarantee of the black economy's existence. Black economy is the part of a country's economic activity that is unrecorded and untaxed by its government, as reported by Koroi Tandalala.
The new digitization system will help eliminate unrecorded and untaxed economy activity.
As long as there's going to be cash dealings in the economy, and that's exactly what black economy is about, there is tendency that there will be revenue leakages. And I think that's where people need to appreciate the broader, the big picture initiative of the government in terms of digitizing Fiji, digital Fiji, that will help address all these issues.
Viswanathan Das says while some businesses are doing their due diligence, it's unfair others continue to beat the system.
It distorts the level playing field. I think, I see it as totally unfair to people who are paying taxes. So if people draw out of tax-paid dollars, that's fine. That's what it should be.
The Fiji Financial Intelligence Unit has come on board to help relevant stakeholders like the FRCS curb this issue.
So we partner very well with key agencies like Fiji Revenue and Customs Service, the Fiji Police Force and the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. So these are the three agencies we work on a daily basis, and we exchange information, we assist each other in terms of providing the profiling that is needed, more profiling on terms of financial transactions.
While the Revenue and Customs is giving Fijians opportunities to comply with the tax laws, heavy fines and imprisonment have been introduced to encourage compliance. Kuritan Dalala, FBC News.
The Fiji Council of Churches is deeply concerned with the increasing number of childcare cases recorded in the last 8 months. With over 700 cases listed from January to August this year, FCC President Reverend Dr. Tevita Mbanivanua says it's alarming. Sanyani Mboila reports.
With hundreds of child cases recorded every year, the Fiji Council of Churches is greatly concerned.
The statistics like that is very alarming. Very alarming in our situation, being a young nation, Fiji is, and to have such a big number of child cases, whatever area of crime and that they are involved in. Yes, as the President of the Fiji Council of Churches, I just want to share, first of all, that we are deeply concerned about our situation here in Fiji.
Reverend Dr. Mbanivanua says they're working to plan ways of addressing the issue.
Churches, we are doing our very best to try and discuss these issues and find ways and means of helping out.
Child Services Acting Director Ella Tukutukulevu says the current statistics show an increase when compared to the cases recorded last year.
For us, if there's an increase in reporting, that is good for us, because we believe that with the increase in our awareness as well, people are beginning to report, they know where to report.
Tukutukulevu says failure to report child cases is a crime and those convicted are liable to pay a fine of $5,000. Sanyani Mboila, FBC News.
Dairy and cattle farmers will continue losing cows to bovine tuberculosis for at least the next 5 years. The disease continues to have severe effects on local dairy and beef herds, which have lost hundreds of cows since 2014, and many farmers are still trying to recover from their losses. Apinisa Wangarandovo reports.
Tuberculosis level in cattle have gone down, but there is still a threat of slaughtering as the disease is still around.
What we are seeing is the rate of infection to TB is going down. And that's the first sign that we are getting on top of this disease. That doesn't mean to say we're not going to lose more cows. We are still going to lose more cows from the dairy industry and also from the beef industry. We're still going to lose more cows to the infections of TB because the treatment is to slaughter the animal.
Farmers says high-quality cattle are hard to come by, and it will take longer than expected to restore their herds.
The animals we lost were high genetic material, no? And we would like to replace them with equal or better animals. But yeah, as I say, to replace from within, it will take 18 to 20 years.
TB tests are now held every 9 months by the Agriculture Ministry, and the number of cattle with positive reactions for the disease has dropped. Apinisa Wangarandobu, FBC News.
The first ever fake news show in this region, Hoaxbusters, has received positive feedback from Fijians. The show aired with new concept and ideas and shed light on various misleading information that is currently viral on the social media platforms, while highlighting opinions, social media responsibility, and how to spot fake news.
Frequent social media users have labeled the show as an awareness tool.
Yeah, I think it's good because we have to see the fake news and the real news, and it puts awareness to us young people in Fiji.
Yes, personally for me it's good because I usually use social media.
The youth of the country are excited about the show as they get to enhance their knowledge on fake news.
I think it is good because it will help us youths, to us teenagers nowadays, to identify what is good and what is fake on social medias.
I think it will educate young people. The growing fake news epidemic on social media led to the production of the show. Therefore, Fijians had the opportunity to be part of the show and express their views. Hoaxbusters airs on FBC TV every Monday at 7:45 p.m. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
And Karoy joins us now with the very latest in business.
Thank you, Jackie. Coming up after the break, gearing up for the World Cup, we see what's essential for a fan in the supermarket. And in growing Fiji, borehole brings relief for Sianganga settlement. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulalo. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता. Gold Town तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Leading business, the Rugby World Cup only comes around every 4 years, and snacking at home will be a way of life for many rugby-crazy fans. For the month-long duration of the tournament, people are already stocking up on ready-to-eat products and beverages, mainly beer, to enjoy their favorite matches. Ritika Pratap reports.
Stockpiling for the Rugby World Cup. Supermarkets expect a flurry of business as the tournament draws closer.
The response has been good so far for the pre-build-up of Rugby World Cup. This entices extra supermarket customers to purchase promotional product and enjoy watching games at home with families and friends.
Salted crisps and snacks that easily complement beer and even wine are a must in the grocery lists. It's believed spectators drink 6 times more beer watching rugby than soccer.
Because it is a limited edition and it is going to be available for a very short time, people really in Fiji have gone crazy about it.
It's a collector's item, a souvenir item as possible, and everybody wants to collect it. It's for their home, for their office or wherever, and the competition in getting these bottles has become high and our sales has really gone up.
On the other side of the world, host nation Japan may be facing a beer shortage, but organizers have assured everything is in hand.
Time for a look at the money market with Sanifa from HFC.
Looking at the latest in the money market, the US dollar traded near a 7-week high versus the Japanese yen today as oil markets recovered from a supply shock. Meanwhile, sterling traded near a 6-week high as some speculators reduced excessive bets on a decline in the pound. However, sentiment remained weak due to uncertainty over how the UK will exit the European Union. Focus is now on the US Federal Reserve meeting later tonight. It's widely expected to deliver an interest rate cut. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has clearly broadcast his intention to cut rates, so the dollar could actually bounce if the Fed eases policy as expected. Traders will closely monitor the quarterly economic projections, Fed's monetary policy statement, and the chairman's press conference for near-term direction. So we'll see how the market reacts to all of this tomorrow. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Here are today's exchange rates as set this morning. The Fiji dollar went back on the rise today as the markets calmed down somewhat. It rose against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the Aussie dollar, the PNG kina and the Japanese yen. The Sangamoli was down slightly against the New Zealand dollar and the euro. On the commodities market, the price of crude oil remains high but has dropped a little since the weekend attacks on Saudi refineries, now just under $59 a barrel. Gold went back on the rise to over $1,500 per ounce, and silver closed up at $18 per ounce. In growing Fiji, 3 months ago, residents of Ndreka settlement were still fetching water from the river and wells for their daily use, and it sparked health concern.
Today, the 14 households in the settlement are enjoying fresh pipe water following the installation of a borehole in the area. Eleanor Rangeview reports.
3 months ago, Subakwati was still fetching river water and rainwater for drinking, cooking, washing and bathing. Today she is getting water right inside her home.
We used to take the drum and the bucket from the lake to bring the water home. Now it is good, so we just open the tap and fill the jugs.
Located just off the Senganga highway, the community thrives on livestock and vegetable farming. Even this is affected by the lack of water.
Dry season we can't get anything, and we have got plenty problems for bathing and planting things, watering.
Today, with the borehole, the residents are enjoying an endless supply of fresh piped water.
We are thankful to the Bainimarama government because we have got piped water. My age is 42 years, and for the first time I have used a shower because there was no water, so thank you to the government.
Commissioning the borehole yesterday, Minister for Lands and Mineral Resources Ashnil Sudhakar urged the residents to ensure the borehole is put to good use.
Water is a finite resource. If you finish one day, so might as well use it properly while we are there. And when the government provides a service, it is not only for one community, one person, one family. It is for everybody.
The Ndraka borehole is one of 3 that was commissioned by the minister yesterday as he continues his tour of the Northern Division this week. Eleanor Rangeview, FBC News.
That's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Nakakuroi in Sports Tonight. The latest from the Flying Fijians camp.
Navango merea maramani waya manatuya sawa aweti kitu nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo varonga vale bona doma ibiti lambasa.
Bula nadango aprosa nangarse ngor kraki do televio no varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti.
Nadango tsane bukia ngoni na mosi ando taleta kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti so.
Radio Fiji 1 na doma.
The Flying Fijians have gone through its most critical training sessions for the week ahead of its hotly anticipated Rugby World Cup opener against the Wallabies. Head coach John McKee has also had his brief with World Rugby's head of referees prior to the start of the tournament and is expected to name his match day 23 tomorrow. Aquila Dama reports.
Flying Fijians head coach John McKee has met with World Rugby head of referees Elaine Rowland yesterday after putting the team through another grueling session.
I sat in on with the head coaches and going through the various processes for the tournament, and particularly from head of referees Alan Rowland, just re-emphasising all the key factors that we need to be quite aware of. Tuesday, the most important training day of our week, with unit sessions and quite a physical, intense team session in the afternoon. So very, very important day in terms of our final preparations.
World Rugby referees boss Rowland warned that officials would be more rigorous than ever in penalising high tackles in the next 6 weeks.
The Wallabies are set to unleash breakdown specialist David Pocock alongside captain Michael Hooper for their World Cup opener against Fiji in Sapporo on Saturday. According to a Fox Sports report today, it's understood that the duo will start in a back row also featuring Rebels number 8 Isi Naisarani. Pocock and Hooper started at number 7 and 8 respectively in the Wallabies opening match against Fiji 4 years ago in Cardiff, where they won 28-13 with Pocock scoring a double. Nick White and Christian Lealiafano appear set to resume their halves combination. The rest of the team resembles the one that played the All Blacks in the Bledisloe series. Missing out on a Rugby World Cup start against Fiji will sting for most players in the Wallabies squad. There is a comfort blanket for hookers Tolu Latu and Folau Fainga'a. Wales backs coach Rob Howley has been sent home from the World Cup for an alleged breach of World Rugby's laws covering betting and anti-corruption. The Springboks are in a confident mood ahead of their World Cup blockbuster against the All Blacks. So much so, they've sort of revealed their game plan for Saturday. Box halfback Faf de Klerk says the All Blacks should expect a barrage of high balls, while the Springboks will simply defend and prey on the Kiwi mistakes. Amidst all the World Cup hype, the Fiji Under-18 rugby side is gearing up for the New Zealand tour this week. Coach Masi Sanganavere says they've been working hard to get the right combinations for the big clash against the Under-18 New Zealand Maori. Save Wanga reports.
It was only a month ago when these players were going head-to-head in the Dean's competition. Now they have something bigger to play for.
We are still working on our combination. We have options that we are trying out at the moment. With the insides of combinations of Viliame and Opati Promlelin, might as well put in Sebuloni. So we are trying all of those combinations.
With the non-inclusion of some players that were instrumental in the Dean's final, Sanganavere adds selection of the current crop was from consistent performances throughout the whole tournament.
These boys are not selected only from the finals, because I know the QVS halfback was instrumental in the finals. But the halfbacks that we have now was those who have been playing really well consistently throughout the whole team's competition.
Meanwhile, Fiji Under-18 and RKS captain Ilikimi Torosi is confident that his team can deliver a win.
Very well for us to go and win the game. It's not to go and play, because we are representing our country, and the focus is on we are going there. We mean purpose, and we are going to win.
The Fiji Under-18 will depart our shores on Friday and will face the New Zealand Maori on Sunday. Save Wanga, FBC Sports.
Napoli condemned defending champions Liverpool to a 2-0 defeat in the Champions League opener this morning, while Chelsea's return to the Champions League ended in disappointment as the side lost 1-0 to Valencia. Now to our play of the day. With 2 days to go until the Rugby World Cup begins, we take a look back at the crucial Dan Carter drop goal in the 2015 final victory over Australia. That's it from sports. In Weird and Wonderful later on, a unique massage technique that includes lighting you on fire. Details coming up.
रहता है। हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है। बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोते सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है। बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नाइक है, गोंगो लेबू लटो का रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है।
Google Photos is now making it easier for you to revisit your most precious memories, kind of like Facebook's On This Day feature, with their new Memories app. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Another day and another chance of showers. There is an upstick in this gloomy weather. But on the upside, we're only 2 days away from, you thought I'll say the weekend. Yes, that too. But Rugby World Cup is also in the picture. Exciting. Now to the west, here's what to pack while being here. Shorts and lightweight shirts will be all you need in the daytime, but pack a jacket and light pants for cooler evenings. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, cooler weather scenarios with nights being much more cooler. And up north, you know, whatever the weather is here, you will always feel like taking a tour. So apart from a few light showers, all will be well. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with rough seas. For the tides, high tide will be at 10:39 p.m. with high tide at 4:52 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:21. For tomorrow, a shower or two, but conditions will remain much like today. Tomorrow's temps, cool temps all around. And looking further on to Friday, lighter sunny spells to prevail. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse, we asked, how do you rate Fiji's chances against Australia this weekend?
I think Fiji will win because they have trained very hard.
Yes, Fiji can win this match.
Yeah, Fiji can win. Now this time they got a good squad to win. Best of luck for the Fiji team.
I think the boys, the game with the Wallabies, and I wish them a good game this Saturday.
Supporting Fiji this weekend against the Wallabies. Just a short message to the boys, just play with all you've got and extend to their tank and do your best. Whatever the result, we're still proud and support Fiji. Yeah.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, how about being set on fire during a massage? Now, that's a technique being used by an Egyptian masseur, and B60 has more details. Recapping the main stories for tonight, World Rugby gets behind our flying Fijians. FCCC announces fuel and electricity changes, and taxi body takes a ride to court. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question we're asking, should Tier 2 rugby nations be given more top-level international matches every year? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, again from Japan, the land of the rising sun. Japanese people continue to support the Flying Fijians as we count down to Fiji's game on Saturday. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, via Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe, stay warm. Good night.
We love Today FM. Today FM rocks. Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form. I studied Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Makereta from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on